Hello, I'm BOOD FM and welcome to my channel. Thank you for checking it out. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Hopefully by the end of this episode, you will be a subscriber. Go check out all my other content and especially check out my long-running series with Manchester Central. It's a joy to make. Hopefully you'll like it. And smash the like button and subscribe. And hit the bell. You'll never miss anything I do. Right, the reason I've made this little episode today is mainly because I think at this time of year, only the hardcore Football Manager players are still playing Football Manager and still watching Football Manager content. And if you're like me, sometimes you still want to play the game, but you're all out of ideas. You need some inspiration, maybe pointing in the right direction for a new save that might get you to the next game. Because they have released the release date for FM19. It's November the 2nd, so we're all excited. We're all looking forward to it. But it's a couple of months away and we still want to play Football Manager. I do. So I'm hopefully going to give you some inspiration. Now I'm going to give you save files. You'll find them all down below. So you can just download the save files and play. Now 2 of them are just standard. They're just challenges I'm going to give you that I find quite tough myself. So I'd be interested to see if any of you guys can do it. And then 2 of the other save files are things I've set up for you. Again, one's quite short, one's quite long. So it's up to you. Now also, if you've got a great idea, put it down below in the comments, because then people might read the comments and get inspired by your idea, which I think could be absolutely amazing. Right then, so before we get going, why don't you smash that like button again? Go on, do it. Tickle it. So we're going to start off with the first club, and the first club is Oldham Athletic. Now you might be thinking, Oldham Athletic? Meat pie sausage roll, Oldham Athletic. Well yeah, and there's a great reason why I've chosen Oldham Athletic. There's 2 good reasons really. Now, I tried this challenge myself. Basically, I tried to be Oldham manager when FM18 first come out, and I failed. I got sacked. I got sacked after like 8 months, I think. Anyway, now the reason it's going to be a challenge is because on FM18 you're starting in League 1, but I'm using an updated database here, so on FM19 you would be starting in League 2. And if you ever go this challenge with a save file, you'll be starting in League 2. All these challenges I'm going to put out there for you, I'm using the updated database. So at the time of downloading it, which was like yesterday, all the transfers are up to date, all the teams in the right divisions, so on and so on. Now the reason I'm picking Oldham, the first reason is my mother, she's awesome, was a nurse, a casualty nurse. So she's like the hardcore nurse on the front line, and she was a casualty nurse at Oldham Royal Hospital for 30 odd years, right? Now Oldham Royal Hospital is there. You walk across the street and Boundary Park, Oldham Athletic's ground is there. Now my mum couldn't drive when I was a little kid, so my dad used to take her to work and we'd go with him. And if it tied in, because she did different shifts, with an Oldham game, even though we were Manchester United fans, kind of like he wanted to take me to different sporting things. I've been all over rugby, basketball a lot. And it only cost him £2. Plus, when I was a little kid, and you go through the turnstiles, he used to sneak me under. So imagine there's a turnstile there and he's paying the lady. I'd be under here pushing me through. Only costing like £2. He's a tight bastard. So I went to a lot of Oldham games as a kid, so I've got kind of a soft spot for Oldham. But the challenge is Oldham Athletic, you might not know this, you might know this, were a founding member of the Premier League. Yep. When the Premier League was founded, Oldham was part of that. They were part of the process. And there's a famous picture when the Premier League first started where there's a best player from every team in the brand new Premier League, has like a team photograph, and you'll see him somewhere. I think it's Andy Ritchie of Oldham Athletic, absolute legend. Now, Oldham, it's a challenge. For the last few years, they have a stand missing down half of the freaking stadium. They've got a new one now. Looks a bit out of place because the rest of Boundary Park is a shithole, but yeah, it's a challenge. You're going to be starting in League 2. You're not going to have much money. We're going to have a look at a bit of that in a minute. But the challenge is to get them back to sort of where they belong in the Premier League. I've never been able to do it. People have asked me for challenges on Twitter and I've always said, try the Oldham challenge. Try get Oldham back in the Premier League. For some reason, it is well hard. So if you can do it, you're a freaking hero. Right, shall we have a look at what they've got. Now I've taken over the club just so we can get into the details of it. And you'll be starting off with 337 grand in the bank and no money to spend, and about 3 grand to spend on wages. You're doing really, hopefully, you might get a few loans in. Hopefully. It is a challenge and a half, seriously. Comes to the facilities, it's Boundary Park, and I love Boundary Park. I mean, when I was a kid and I used to go, it's a long time ago, they still had the fence around it, and I used to sit with my legs through the fence watching the games. They used to have an old school plastic pitch. And I just remember, it's just being with my dad. I don't really remember much about the football. I just love going to sport things with my dad. I've been to rugby league with him. We went watching old American football, obviously to United a lot and so on. So just good memories of Oldham. And I remember the meat pie sausage roll song. Meat pie sausage roll. Come on Oldham, give us a goal. I love that. So yeah, Boundary Park. It's a 13,000 all-seater. It's got a bit of character. It's not in the best condition. You've not got the greatest facilities. This is a project, and a bloody hard one. You're going to have to really scrape your way through the leagues if you can, with some very clever free signings, maybe some loan signings. Now this is a squad arranged by ability, and you've got a decent sized squad. Let's have a quick look at if they've got any under 23s. So you've got some under 23 players, might have a decent lad here. I think he looks like he's out on loan anyway. Your under 18s aren't the greatest. So, you know, you're looking at your main squad, and let's have a look at the best player. It's called Wilfred, we'll call him. Handsome young chap, 29-year-old Frenchman. He's a left back, tackling 12, anticipation 11. Good pace, decent. For League 2, I'd say he's a good left back. But you need goals, don't you? Who's your best striker? Wow, all the way down here, number target man, Ishmael Miller. 6'3", big fella, he seems okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your other best player is your right back, 22 years old. He looks okay for League 2, not bad. So that's what I mean, it's going to be a freaking challenge. And no one's ever come back to me on Twitter and said, oh, I did that, dude. Oh yeah, I took Oldham to the Premier League, yeah, it was dead easy. No one's ever done it. That's why I think there's something about Oldham, it's like the cursed. I've took Stockport through the leagues, I've took Manchester Central through the leagues, I took Huddersfield up into the Premier League, I've done loads. Oldham, for the life of me, I cannot do. Challenge number 2 is a club I have thought about a lot over the years. Ever since I come onto YouTube doing Let's Play series, it's been on my mind. It's like a project I've had, and it's a project I've given out to people, but no one's ever took it on. I think it's a great idea. It's a great story. Now I've had to tweak this little database a little bit, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But the team is, for challenge number 2, is CE Europa. Now maybe some of you have heard of them, maybe some of you have got no idea who they are, but this is another founding member challenge. CE Europa are a founding member of La Liga. Not only that, they're based, can you see, in Barcelona. So they started the La Liga with all the big teams, and then it's never happened for them. I don't know why, I've not really looked into the history too much, but I know that they've been down the bottom for a very, very long time, living in the shadow of not only Barcelona but Espanyol. Do you know what I mean? And there's other Barcelona teams and all that, and they get forgotten about. Now they're really low down in the divisions. They're a division below the playable leagues on Football Manager. Now I tried to find a league extension. You can get them for England. I could not find one for Spain, so I've promoted them one division into the Secunda Division B Group 4. You are starting at the very bottom, and you have got a freaking long way to go. And you guessed it, yeah, the challenge is to take the founding member of the Liga back to La Liga. But this is going to be surely even harder than the Oldham challenge. The only difference is with this challenge is they've got less money in the bank than Oldham. Oldham had about 300 grand, you've only got 130, but they're giving you 100 of that to spend. So you've got money to spend. You haven't got much in the wage budget, but I bet you might be able to change that. Should we have a look? Can you change it about a bit? Yeah, you can pump some of that. So that's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? Put some of your transfer budget into your wage budget, maybe try and loan a player or two. But yeah, you're starting quite low, and I'm not sure what level it is. So yeah, you're in the Secunda Division B Grupio 4, I think it is. And I think the top 4, you're all going to like a promotion playoff. So I'm assuming there's all the different groups, 1 to 4. You are going to some cool playoff and hopefully get up into the next division. So if we go up, you've got, yeah, Grupo. Is it Grupo? I want to say Grupio because it sounds well better. 2, 1. And then you go up to La Liga 1, 2, 3. And then obviously the big league. So it's not too far actually, it's like Division 3 really. Now onto the facilities for CE Europa, and they play at the new Sardinia. Sardinia? We'll go with that. It's a 7,000 capacity with only 1,000 seats. The one thing I did tweak, just to maybe help you a little touch, is I boosted its potential. That's all I've done. So the stadium could be upgraded a bit in the future if you do progress. You don't want to hit a brick wall. But apart from that, I've not touched anything. Training facilities are all pretty poor. Now with Oldham, you've got some staff. Average, you know that. It's England. It's quite good with its staff. So we did look at them. You can improve them. You always can improve them, and I advise you do. Big help. With this, you've not really got any staff. Your staff is appalling. I mean, you haven't even really got any spaces to improve it, but I would do. But there's a problem with this, and that's I can't show you any player reports. So what we'll do is, look at some of the ages on them. Good mix from 16 to about 30 odd. If we go on general and change it by value, you'll see straight away what level you're at here. Best player is 31-year-old Ruben Canelada. That's what we'll go with. He's a left back. What is it? Why are all these clubs at the bottom divisions best players left backs? But he's your best player. Who's your goal scorer? Is it Gonzalo? What a name. Gonzalo Suarez. He's an instant hero just because of his name. 24-year-old Spaniard. I like him. Started his career at Seville youth player. So, you know, we can go through all the players, but I think you can pretty much get the idea. It's a challenge. A proper challenge. Can you do it? Can you take it on? Save file will be down below. If you do any of these, make sure you let me know. Honestly, because I'd love it if you can. Honestly, for someone to take these to La Liga and show me how you've done it, I'd find that so interesting. Right then, challenge number 3 isn't a Cardiff challenge, even though we're here on the Cardiff's club page. This is a relegation challenge. Now, obviously this is an updated database of all the new players that are in the Premier League right now, all the teams in the Premier League that should be. And what I've done is I've holidayed to the 1st of January. Now, I made a challenge recently. I named it the Big Sam Challenge, and I did a video on something similar with the old database. And Huddersfield were at the bottom of the league. And I started in January, and I think I've got Huddersfield to about mid-table. If you want to watch that, it's somewhere on the playlist. I'll try and put a reminder down below. It's a good video. And this is basically the same thing, but with the updated database. So it's the 1st of January, and the team that's rock bottom of the Premier League is Cardiff. But it's going to be a freaking challenge, I can tell you that. Cardiff are bottom of the league. 21 games have been played, and they've got 13 points. 8 points away from relegation, so that's some gap already, and there's still a long way to go. It can be done. I mean, I did it with Huddersfield. It can be done if you go in there, revamp the staff, you know, sort the training out, basically just train defence. Get a decent tactic in that suits your squad. You can do it. Seriously, I reckon you can pick the points up, but it will be tough. And it is only a quick challenge, but it could be a lot of fun. Now, obviously, you're in the Premier League and you have the January transfer window. You also have 45 million in the bank, but they're only going to give you 1.4. So I think it's a case of, yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to improve the squad. Maybe you can loan a player. They're not going to be a world beater, are they? You're going to struggle. You can't even mix with the budget here because I think you're overspending. Yeah, you can't. So that is it, basically. If you can find a freebie, but then what? If you find a freebie, they've probably not been playing for months. It's basically work with what you've got, but what have you got? Well, this is your squad arranged by ability, and your best player is Harry Arter. Your 2 best players you've loaned in, so not actually yours. You've got a load of injuries as well, which is never good when you're in a relegation battle. But you've got Harry Arter. Let's have a check him out. I mean, he's a good player, to be fair. 29 years old. He's come from Bournemouth. He's Bournemouth for a very long time, wasn't he? Bloody hell. But he's a good player. A decent midfielder, the kind of midfielder I like. Your next best player is Victor Camarasa, is it? From Alves? Or on loan from Betis, sorry. Again, another midfielder. So you've got 2 solid midfielders. Where's your goals coming from, though? Who's your best striker? Kenneth Zoho, is that it? And he's injured. Knee ligaments, 3 weeks max. Danish lad, finishes 13 off the ball, 14, composure 11. Got a bit of speed. Yeah, that's where you're going to struggle probably, innit, for a striker. I mean, if he's injured, who can you put up front? Probably going to have to go 1 up top, aren't you, really? I like playing with 2 strikers, so it would annoy the hell out of me, I can tell you that. Callum Patterson, see, he's decent. Now, I only know he's decent because I've done like a Scottish save offline for fun, and he was my right back. We've got some good games coming up. Palace next, beatable, mid-table team, but you could probably do it. And then you've got the FA Cup, which I probably won't even worry about that. I'd BTV. Who cares about the FA Cup when you're trying to fight for survival, especially when you're going on runs like that? Shit, a brick. But then you've got Newcastle, Brighton, Huddersfield. Right? How important are them? They are 9 points from them. Could get you right out straight away. Because if you look at the Premier League, look, Newcastle, Huddersfield, Brighton. So once you get Palace out of the way, who are there, maybe you can get a point from there. That'd be brilliant. If you can beat these three, you'll probably be out of the relegation zone. You could have a good chance of it and start building from that. Now, this isn't a long-term challenge. This is a bit of fun, a bit of a cheeky short-term challenge. If you're a Swansea fan, you probably won't want to try out. But again, I'm just trying to inspire you, just trying to give you an idea and maybe just an easy option where you don't have to download databases or anything. You can just get the save file, put it in your game, and have a bit of fun. Right, challenge number 4, and the last challenge I'm putting out there, and possibly the best challenge. It's something I really like. I've based it on my second series from last season for FM17, Bayern, BOOD or Bust. It's basically the same thing. I don't know if you've seen that series. If you haven't, go check it out. Now, you might notice it's the year 2028. And you might notice as well that there's a transfer ban till 2038. Now, in this story, in this challenge, Barcelona have been slapped on the wrist for being naughty boys. They've been tapping up agents and players. FIFA had enough of it. They had enough of their super illegal activities and slapped Barcelona with a 20-year transfer ban. Now, your challenge, you are jumping in 10 years into that ban. There's still a few of the old school players, like the goalkeeper's still here knocking about. Messi's long gone. A lot of them have long gone. And the majority of your squad have come from the academy, and that's all you can do. You can't loan players. You can't sign free agents. All you can do is work with your youth intake every year and hopefully do it. Now, I did it with Bayern Munich. It's tough, but it's well fun because you end up chucking players in. You normally wouldn't have. You just bought a player and then you develop them. It's so rewarding when you finally do it. And I eventually won the Bundesliga, and that is the challenge here. You've got to try and win the Liga before the transfer ban ends, right? So before 2038, you've got to win the league. You're still in the league, which is a bonus. And you've still got some good players. But what's mad is, obviously, you've not been able to spend any money, really. So it's all about using your money to keep on top of your facilities. Now, I don't know, we'll have a look in a minute if they have been doing. That's something you should be doing. Just try and maximise everything you can to help you. Your training, your staff. Try and get the best staff you can. I mean, if it comes to stripping the lot and replacing them, get the ultimate staff, because you need every advantage you can get when you can't sign any new players. Now, this is the squad arranged by ability, and we'll have a quick look at some of these players. Your best player is a 25-year-old, got a great star rating, Sergio Moreira, and he's a beast. He's come from your academy, obviously, Barcelona B, and you'll get a few of these. You are Barcelona, but over the next few years, you want to be developing them yourself, get them tutored while you can. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a good young keeper, get the legendary keeper to train him. Just try and work every angle. Right, let's have a look. Next player's called Mark. Pretty decent. Again, a left back. It's left back central here. He's brilliant. 24 years old, obviously, from the academy. Third best player is your goalkeeper. He's now 36. Now he's class. So luckily, you've still got this guy because he might play another year or two. But while you've got him, train a young keeper, because you're going to need a keeper sooner or later, aren't you? Right, another player, George Rodriguez, centre half, and he's not the best. He's brave, he can tackle, he's an okay centre half. He's only 21 though, can improve, which is a good thing. Next up we've got Lewis, I'd say, striker, an average striker though. Although he did score 12 goals in 26 games this year, so that's not bad. Not bad. I love this, mate. Honestly, it's so much fun with Bayern Munich. It could be a lot of fun with Barcelona. He's good, central midfielder, not a bad player. 20 years old, so he's got a lot of youth. Another 20-year-old with pure promise, Alfredo Cazorla, or like that. He's good. 16 finishing, 14, 16, decent physicals, loads of room for improvement. Only 20. Get this kid playing, get him freaking improving. Joan, like my Aunt Joan. Another centre half is okay. So, I mean, we can go through them all. But it's going to be a challenge. Let's have a look at the under-19s. You haven't got many here because they're probably already up above. If we go to Barcelona B, can we change that report so we can see who's any good? Oh, we got something. Who's this fella? Jamie Gonzalez Perez. Best name I've ever seen. I'd get him promoted. What's he doing? Get him up, get him promoted. So, I mean, that is it. That's what you've got to work with. There's some decent players. Who've we got else? Have we got anyone else still here? Sergio Roberto, central midfielder, still decent, no physicals. Good squad guy to have, a bit of experience. Umtiti. Eh? 34, not a bad age. Now let's check the board, let's see if I can do anything. No, so that means, obviously, we can do the data analysis facilities, but forget that. That means that the facilities should be top notch. By the looks of it, they are, and that's what you need in it. Youth intakes are going to be hugely important. The way you train your players is going to be even more important. It could be a lot of fun. So that is the 4th challenge. And my favourite challenge, and the one I really want to hear from you, if you can win La Liga in the next 10 years before the transfer ban ends, hats off to you, man. You're good at this game. Okay, there we go. That is the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe I've inspired you to try out one of my 4 challenges. Again, if you've got a great challenge idea, write it down in the comments. Other people might read it. You might inspire someone yourself, which is pretty cool. I just love this game, Football Manager, and I just know sometimes it's frustrating when you can't get inspired. You can't get that game you want. You're trying different games, it's not really working, you're getting a bit bored. You're kind of looking towards the next game. But one of these might just take you to FM19, or it might just be a bit of fun. Like, yeah, they're all challenging, they're all going to be tough, but good luck. Hopefully you can do it, and hopefully you'll tell me about it. Now don't forget, if you are new, click that subscribe button. Thank you very much. I'm on the road to 5k. Check out my other content. Make sure you check out my series in Manchester Central. I've been BOOD. You've been great. I'll see you next time.